I apologize. I ran out of room. This is part two. It's still November the 8th, 2025. And I just arrived from Whole Foods, around there, Arrington-Bey. So to make a long story short, I didn't take it seriously when people kept nodding their heads constantly, not constantly, but too many times, customers that they were pale skinned, definitely those that look Asian doing it. It's like trying to get, it's like if you nod their heads, like waiting for you to nod and give some energy to China, or that which nod their heads as a culture to greet or say goodbye, which I have seen that a lot of times is those that are either from China, Japan, or other places where the so-called Asian, what people consider to be Asian to stay in time, are from. So the only time when I started to really think it was odd was when I called the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, United States government, to maintain employment at Burger King because my manager was sending me home. Oh, it was a lot of things going on, like them addressing me as Mo, managers addressing me as Mo, which I talked to the owners. I went through the line of command, or talk to the owners. I talked to talk to the son, and it didn't stop. That it's like deliberately saying Mo. It's like, it was more like this Moor, because they knew I am a Moor. They knew I was a naturalized Moor. That conversation came up in the conversation with me, having a conversation about them not calling me anything but my name, which is Rhonda at Burger King. My name, I said, call me by my name, Rhonda. That's what I mean on my name tag. When I first started working, I used to have, I thought we can have whatever name we wanted to. So I was like, Dwayne Bey's wife. I was like, doing, whatever I wanted to, they were like, you got to have your name because, people had different names and they were different than what was on the paper, I guess. So they're like, call me this and call me that, and that would be on the name tag. So then they stopped that. I think right when I started to put Dwayne Bey's wife, Rhonda. I was like, Bey's wife, Rhonda, because it was, after I had started, I began to have to call the police because, and I'm laughing, but it was not funny, but I'm laughing because of saying your name and wife and whatever. But it's because of me having to call the police here in Annapolis because of the aggressive behavior I was experiencing by predominantly Black Negro males. Now, once again, these are behaviors of those that have a mind of a slave to breed. Okay, where I had to call the police and tell them what I experienced in reference to force engaging. These are behaviors of people who have a thought process of a slave with the code. I can't say all have the code. No, I'm not. But with a code now, the telepathic code to breed. So when I called the EEOC and I was sending them information over, a lot of information, I received a call from where was it? What was the name of that place that's connected to China? Was it Tokyo? No, that's Japan. What is the name? Hong Kong. I think it was Hong Kong. I could be wrong, but I think it was Hong Kong that China has brought out. Nevertheless, I was surprised. I was like, why is someone calling me from here? Now, the owner of the Burger King at that time was a Chinese American woman. But I mean, for me to get a call from, or, Hong Kong, I think it was Hong Kong, but it was definitely China, connected to China. It's like, what? that's a lot of boldness and nerve to cross the boundaries and call, when especially when I'm going through the United States government to maintain employment, because of my thoughts and what I am experiencing as discrimination as a national naturalized Moor. Naturalized. That means I've been naturalized to uphold the U.S.A. Constitution of 1787, the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, all of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations. I have been naturalized under laws of freedom. Now, I don't know China's constitution, or even if they have one. But we do know that China is a digital country where through the years, I remember hearing stories after stories after stories of them abusing children, um, which I didn't know we were. I'm gonna try not to say but I didn't know we were among telepathic kids then, or kids that could be humanoid AI. What was presented here was them abusing kids and human rights. And I've seen cases of cannibalism where they found bodies and bodies and bodies, and they're saying that China actually put human meat into food. Um, I've seen the, so the whole morality in reference to humans and how to maintain some form of constitutional law of integrity where you don't cross the boundaries in reference to science, um, in violation of natural law. That China is not on that level. China, according to what has been applied and what has been demonstrated, is one of the countries that will do almost anything in reference to science that they are capable to do. That means if they do not have not one natural insect, that means one natural mosquito, one natural ant, one natural worm, one natural bird, one natural anything, it's okay for them. Everything is digital or in a false reality. That's okay. So I was surprised to see um, them see a call from, and more than once, from a place that represents China or is China, because what I learned is Hong Kong was brought or is owned by China. I was so surprised. I was like, why are they calling? This has nothing to do. It was like, it was more like bullying, because you get a call and I'm already experiencing people doing like this. So if you taking someone's order and they nodding their head, it's like, why are they nodding their head? I am not demonstrating of your culture. I say hi, how you doing? Okay, thank you. I am demonstrating I'm not of your culture. I don't know your culture, or I'm not engaging in that manner, and nor have I implied that I want to. Why are you nodding your head talking to me as if you are trying to pull me in an energy field to demonstrate something else that is behind you, or that's backing you? It's just like me saying that when I had to call the police on black males, so that were that were actually force engaging. They were force engaging as I walked back and forth to my employer or other ways. And I think some of these are being done not by the true predator. So they are representing something else that has more to lose. Another form of a predator, definitely a predator, stalker, rapist, murderer, humanoid AI, lab experiment that might have be in an authoritative position, whether it's the Navy or Army or other authoritative, some form of the police, that is using them because they have more to use if charges was to be brought up. So they use someone else that they can control mentally to do such things. That's how it is with the nodding of the head that I experienced, especially after the EEOC and the phone call from Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure it was Hong Kong. Um, and so that goes to say, because we are here, there's Japanese, there's those for Japanese and Japan. I mean, Japanese and China, Korea, South Korea, and so forth. Um, so what I found odd is even so I explained how someone of a few people at Whole Foods would address me as Mo. I didn't say anything to them because I'm maintaining my employment. It's the same reason why I tried to not say much about it until that it seemed like if that didn't stop her or get her upset, well, we're gonna find another way to get her upset and just literally send her home and say she stinks to cause her to be in a form of stress and anger, anguish, where we will have reason to fire her or let her go. So at Whole Foods, I never thought I would experience such things, even though I'm hearing people saying Burger King at Whole Foods. Even a few times, more than a few times, I thought it was like over the. I'm just gonna say, just hearing some of the same words over the intercom. Okay, at Whole Foods, same words I would hear at Burger King, or some of the same things. So it's like I thought it was just odd, And I've said I am not going to engage in this. Staying professional, um, and that's it. So what I find odd is that at Whole Foods I do work around a couple of people that nod. The one lady, she not. I mean, one time, I mean, she says she's from Japan. She just nod, and when she speaks to me, nod. I was like, what? Then one time I was talking to her, she's still nodding. She just kept nodding one time. I was like, but because I am not from that area, nor am I embracing China culture, nor has China given me a telepathic code. Because Imani and I, we don't have a telepathic code. So China doesn't have no connection to me or my son, Imani Gray Bay. Okay? Because we didn't get a telepathic code from them. And we are not connected to a military force of the United States of America, that a United States military force that has taken an oath or affirmed to uphold constitutional laws. That's the military force that we would be connected to under constitutional laws. Okay, that has taken an oath or affirmed and has not been naturalized to uphold constitutional laws. So we are not connected to a military force that is connected to China, that China controls. We are connected to a United States of America military force that knows the Constitution and believe and will die for the thought, the process, or the behavior, the laws that exist for the people and by the people. Imani and we have nothing to do with the United States military force that's unnaturalized, that's saying brother paid, I paid, peace, he effed you, she loved your son, Birdman, werewolf, so much stay. We are not connected to any form of the United States military. So much of these program words that are obviously being controlled by foreign entities like China. Here in Annapolis, in other places, we don't have the telepathic code. So whatever China, Japan, or other entities from other foreign nations have given to the people here, I think it should be thought about, and it should be concerned, very concerned, because um, if people are behaving below humane, below the thoughts of humanity with a telepathic code, you have to ask yourself what's in it. And then, as this is being done, you have country like China buying farmland here on this landmass. Now, what's so bad about a foreign country buying so much farmland? I mean, if if the country that's buying the farmland was naturalized under laws of freedom, that means they're not trying to program masses of people and transform masses of people with different sciences. Anything goes against natural law. And then I would say that means, so if they are for the people, by the people, under the constitutional laws of freedom, natural law, it wouldn't be so much questionable of them buying farmland. But a country like China, who don't obviously value natural law and has removed that factor from their country in different forms. It's like any science, whatever we can do, we're going to do it. And then they over here buying farmland, food. What are they putting in the food? What are they growing and then distributing to the people? And it's not just China, but there's others. So that would be my concern. So I don't have a, I was like, so what I found odd here is just the people here nodding their head, not just that lit agent like the lady I just spoke about. There are there are three altogether, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, maybe, but anyway, others, but just nodding their head. Um, these some as far as I know, they're either I don't. I'm only going by what someone say. They say they're from Japan. It's like, okay, you from Japan. You say you from China. Okay, you from China. So I don't know. But it's like, I am not Japanese, and nor am I Chinese, and nor do I have anything, and nor or anything in connection with them. They did not give me a code. We are connected to Moors or elementals that are much more than they are. Obviously, much more in many ways. Thoughts, higher thought process. Obviously. And the elementals, Moors, or the high beings that we are connected to are in natural law and value natural laws. So I would say to the people who are still standing for the same, by the people, for the people, I would be concerned, real concerned, because if you see what I see here in Annapolis, you be like, how is the United States? Is there a military force here, or is it just China or South Korea or other foreigners? You just basically using Annapolis as a base and having the military, the Navy, Army, whatever, fronting. They're not. They are not. They're not in control. They're just fronting as some form of um project while they are actually doing other things. I mean, seeing humanoid AI out of control here, that's enough. Is that should put everyone antennas up. You got if you got lab beasts following a woman or her son that's African American, black, Negro, using the science, and then you got people saying we're gonna marry them, and sending for sharp pains. I'm experiencing for sharp pains. So when I experience for sharp pains while I'm at Whole Foods, not accusing Whole Foods, I'm not accusing Whole Foods or Burger King, not accusing Burger King, but I'm experiencing these things, and you got people nodding their head representing China or Japan, and I already know. I don't know I don't know all that's going on in Japan, but I know that Japan is another country that takes advantage of third world countries and their resources. And there's a lot in connection with China. It's not much different. You have transhumans there. I'm not saying everyone that's pale skin, that's pale skin Chinese, pale skin Japanese, pale skin South Korean, pale skin Vietnam. I'm not saying all of them are transhumans, but we all know that that is not the original state physiology of the people. Okay, that is not. That is a breeding mechanism. That is a breeding out a certain strand of melon out of a group, out of people, out of a group of people. So and then there's those same people looking at you saying, we need you, we want your melon. So we need it, you know. Anyway, let me get back. So to know that there's abuse in matters in reference to science in China, Japan, South Korea, whatever, possibly in other places, that is enough. That should be enough for anyone to say what is going on. Why are they able to come here and buy land, farmland, okay, farmland, and grow food, and distribute food to the people here? And if they don't love their own people enough, if they don't care enough about their so-called own people, where they have bred out any form of natural melanin and whatever, and they're out saying we're going to go to Africa and we're going to take what we can from different countries in Africa, from the dark melanated people there, transform them, consume that energy, because that's what they have been doing from India as well. And when I say from India, Indians going to Africa and so forth, consume that energy, that melon, in other forms of way to cannibalize. Why would they not do the same over here? If they don't care nothing about the people that's on their own landmass in that manner, where people have to go out somewhere else to take and steal something that's natural from natural beings, why would they not do the same here? And so this connects to why the black Negro here, the brother, keeps saying, or in probably other places too, we need it. The black Negro saying we need it, we paid. Because it's in a buck plantation thought process, along with the females. So you would not think that the military is here. I mean, humanoid AI is out of control. force engaging. People are literally just walking around like any and everything is okay. Not they like to do this. They really they people are really they are really disconnected from their higher self, their divinity. And then wearing, you got people wearing, walking around, like I said, the Navy, the Army, and other military branches are prevalent with the t-shirts on, with the sweaters on. They have the license plates. It is a front. It is a real front. Um, so um, l- lately, for the past 2 months, I've been hearing, is experiencing dream or visual of a pale skinned Japanese female, or it could be China, but I'm pretty sure Japanese female, engaging and stalking, maybe 2.5 months, 3 months, stalking this apartment. Not about two or three of them, and saying, and then I would hear the accent here saying your son, especially when the black Negro start talking, saying like she's some type of overseer, saying she love your son, and then the black female start talking while the money is asleep, over, like really over him while he sleep. I hear the accent. So I hear an accent that's similar to an accent that I've heard, that from or that I've heard similar. I can only say similar to that I've heard to from someone that says they are implied to be Asian, possibly Japanese, saying she love your son, like she's trying to show like this accent, using it once again, abusing the science of telepathy, abusing the science of the military, and that which should be used, or not just of the military, because it didn't come from the military, it came somewhere else that was given to them, obviously. But abusing the science and trying to demonstrate she is an overseer, a slave master of breeding, and she sound young. I'm 52. Okay. So she sound young. Then I've seen, I've heard like, I had a visual while I was sleeping of an older one, Japanese, literally in my mind, trying to stay there and force engage. And then hear an accent similar saying, we are in your son's mind, or actually force engaging with Imani, saying we need it. So, to make a long story short, what I find odd is that, in reference to being stalked by humanoid I was just browsing Sheet Dwayne Baffle Bay, the X, and I came across this old um, video of someone who obviously reposted the AI, or not AI, the I team, the news, Fox News I team, I think it is. They went into Whole Foods and found food that was from China, and they were like saying, um, they went to a customer and said, "Did you know this was from China?" And she was like, "No, I didn't know this was from China." She said, "Oh, well, okay, I didn't know. Thank you for." And she was like, "Thank you for pointing this out to me." And then they went on to say that um, according to the video, that Whole Foods go through a different form of inspection of food, but it's not through the normal form of food. And some of the food does come from China, and the food that comes from China is not inspected. Okay. Now, I've seen a video or video similar to that through the years. I've been buying food from Whole Foods since about 2016. Yeah, it had to be 2016, because as soon as I found out about Whole Foods, I started buying food from Whole Foods. So it was about 2016. So through the years after 2016, maybe I think I found out the first time I start to see things like that was around 2019, 2020. It didn't stop me from buying food from Whole Foods. But what I find interesting is the visual of this, or the thought of this video, just have been replaying constantly, forcefully, definitely by some form of humanoid AI. I never did research to see if the I team was correct. I think Fox News about China giving food, or some of the food coming from China at Whole Foods, or Whole Foods owning a part of Whole Foods. I've never did any research, but I already had videos through the years about this sort of thing with Whole Foods. It didn't stop me. I kept going with what I chose to buy from Whole Foods, and just learning and studying my chemistry of my body and so forth. I've always wanted to grow my own food. I planned to grow my own food when I was in North Carolina. This is not the reason why I choose to grow my own food when I decide to settle into a home and so forth. Um, because this is another thought that was obviously being like um, force engaged by some type of military force. Okay, and I've been growing my own food, like many more do and others do, is a right that we should have to do so. I come from a line of family that grew their own food. If it wasn't for my grandmother knowing how to grow her own food with 18 kids, she probably would not have survived with my grandfather. But her and my granddaddy grew their own food. So, but now knowing how much farmland China is buying, and knowing their thoughts process in reference to digital and AI and science, anything goes outside natural law. Yes, I want to grow my own food. Okay, I would like to have my own food. I don't want to trust someone to grow food for me who don't care enough about the people that's on their landmass to keep them in natural laws of freedom. And then they coming over here and saying we're gonna buy the land, take the land, buy it, well, however they're gonna get it, whatever they're gonna do, and we're gonna do what we can and grow our type of food here and distribute to the people. No, I don't think so. Not me. If I have a chance, I'm gonna grow my own food still. I mean, I was gonna do it anyway, but this definitely like encouraged. So why I'm saying it like that is because I find it so odd, because I kept experiencing forced thoughts of this video. I mean, the video must have been out for years because it seemed like it was an old video. It never stopped me from buying food at Whole Foods. I've been buying food at Whole Foods since 2016. Trust me. And I just started working for Whole Foods not even about a year now, approximately a year. So I got a discount now for about a year, but I've been buying Whole Foods food for a long, long, long time. And I've known about this information that was put out that I never researched for a while. But I never researched it and went depth into it. But I know about China. I don't know how much China is involved in Whole Foods, but it has been implied that China and other countries that Japan and other countries that don't value natural law is prevalent here in Annapolis and involved in many forms of the companies here, including Whole Foods. It's implied. I mean, so that's all I can say. That's all I can tell you. And it just really made me a little bit irritated because I just came across the video yesterday, and I'm feeling. While I was working today, I was just experiencing with the military in and out at Whole Foods, feeling four sharp pains on my anus. Also, Imani was being attacked a lot in his sleep, last night. But this goes on quite a bit, and I've heard people say China, or that's Chinese food, through the years here in Annapolis. where China, this is not Chinese land, or maybe it is, and I don't know about it. I don't know. It's long.